How are we, lads? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. My name is Nick from Australia, and welcome to the NRL Round 14 tips. I hope you guys are doing well on this Tuesday evening. It is currently 6:33 p.m. here in New South Wales, and it is June 4th, 2024. Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome back to the NRL Round 14 tips, man. What a round of footy it's going to be, man. We got 6 games to look forward to. We've got a big round ahead. As you guys know, over the weekend, I was in Sydney. I was at the Roosters versus Cowboys game, and what a game it was, and what a day it was. A fantastic weekend overall. And if you guys haven't checked out the Roosters Cowboys match day vlog, I would strongly suggest and recommend you guys go and watch that. It's probably some of my best work that I've done in a very long time. So go and check it out. But of course, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to get into the round 14 tips. We got 6 games this weekend. We got a couple of teams that have got the bye because it's Origin tomorrow night and whatnot. Dolphins, Raiders, Roosters have the bye this weekend. It's long weekend. 6 games to look forward to. We got 1 Friday night, 3 on Saturday, 2 Sunday, and 1 on Monday. So another great round of footy ahead. Also, just hello to the live chat. Hello to Josh, William. Hello to SS Storm fan. Hello to Luke. Hello to everyone else that's tuning in. Hello to Will Pearson and everyone else that's tuning in. I hope you guys are all doing very well. All right. Without further ado, let's get into the round of footy, and it all begins on Friday night, 8 o'clock, from Wynn Stadium, Wollongong. It is the St. George Illawarra Dragons up against the West Tigers. Interesting game, this one. Dragons are the favourites at $1.40, and the West Tigers are $3. Now, Dragons had a nice win over Penrith last week. Obviously, Penrith had about 5-6 players out. Dragons had 3 out themselves. And the Tigers, well, they had the bye. The last game was against the Cowboys up there in Townsville. Now, these sides played, it was round 6, and the Dragons did win that 24 points to 12. So it's going to be quite an interesting game. Now, the West Tigers, they are due for a win. The Tigers haven't won a game since like round 4. It's ridiculous. It's been a while since they last won. Do I think this is the game the Tigers win? I don't. Would I be surprised if the Tigers win? I wouldn't. But look, for this game, I think the Dragons at Wollongong would just be a little bit too good here. So I'm going to say the Dragons beat the West Tigers on Friday night. 30 points to 14. So a nice 16-point win for the Dragons. And the first try scorer, look, it's tough to pick first try scorers. You just don't know who's going to score first. But I'm going to go with Tyrell Sloan to score first try. Dragons to win 30 points to 14 on Friday night footy. Moving on to Super Saturday, the game at 3 o'clock on the Gold Coast. It is the Gold Coast Titans up against the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Now, the Titans are $1.75. The Rabbitohs at $2.10. Now, both sides had the bye last week. Titans beat the Broncos 2 weeks ago on a Sunday arvo, and the Rabbitohs beat the Eels. So, both sides had a win in their previous match. And I'll just tell you another stat that no one will probably know about. The Titans haven't beaten the Rabbitohs at the Gold Coast for quite some time. I think it might be almost 10 years, or it might even be 10 years. The Titans haven't beat the Rabbitohs at Seabus in a very long time. So, pretty bad record there. Rabbitohs seem to go really well on the Gold Coast. Again, this is another game. It's tough to call because it's 17th against 14th. It's a bottom 4 clash. Both sides are not great. My tip, you could really flip a coin. I'm going to get the Rabbitohs. Both sides can score points. I'm going to take Souths to win. Not confident at all. Would not be surprised if the Titans won. But I'm going to take the Rabbitohs in this one. I think they can go up there and get a win over the Titans. I'll go the Rabbitohs to win. Look, I think it will be a high-scoring game. I'll go the South Sydney Rabbitohs to win 36 points to 26. A very, very high-scoring game. And for the first try scorer, I'm going to go with Brian Kelly. I think Brian Kelly will be the first try scorer. Gold Coast to score first. Souths to win by 10. 36 points to 26. Should be quite entertaining. Moving on to the middle game of Super Saturday at 5:30 p.m. from Queensland Country Bank Stadium in Townsville. It is my boys, the North Queensland Cowboys, up against the One New Zealand Warriors. Now, this will be interesting. Cowboys, we are looking really good, man. Winning 3 games in a row. We had that terrible 5-game losing streak, and we've turned the corner. I know we beat Rabbitohs and Tigers, who are not going great, but for us to go down to Sydney last week and beat the Roosters was a brave effort, man, especially without our Origin players. So I think we've finally turned the corner and we're starting to look like a team that may play finals footy. Now, the odds for this game are quite dangerous, man. You have a look at it. Cowboys 160, Warriors 235. As a Cowboys fan, I am not taking the Warriors lightly at all. They are going to be a tough team. They've got some really good players on that side. The one that worries me the most is Nrl Blake, because we know how much of a handful Nrl Blake is. Now, the big news for the Warriors is Sean Johnson is not back, and neither is Tuivasa Sheck. So if we can contain Nrl Blake, we should be able to win. Now, all of our Origin players have been named in the reserves, so we probably won't know till Friday if they're going to play or not. But look, obviously for this game, I'm going to tip the Cowboys. I think this will be a really close game, though. I'll go the Cowboys by 8 points. I'll go a scoreline of 26 points to 18. I think there'll be a few tries in this game. 26 to 18 in favour of the Cowboys, and I'm going to go with Scott Drinkwater as the first try scorer. I think he'll score first. Cowboys by 8 should be a very good game. Now, moving on to Saturday night, 7:35, and in my opinion, the game of the round. I am so excited for this, man. Saturday night, 7:35 p.m. You've got the Brisbane Broncos up against the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. It is 5th versus 2nd on the ladder. It's in Brisbane. I know the Sharks don't have a great record at Suncorp Stadium against the Broncos, but this is a game that they will definitely be targeting, just like they did against Melbourne and the Roosters. Now, Brisbane 150, Cronulla 250. What a game. Hines has been rested for the Sharks. Broncos, Origin players are named to back up. It's going to be close, man. Tough game to call. I'm really, really undecided, eh? I really am. You know what? This is going to be a risk, and I don't like doing this, especially when they play up in Brisbane. I don't like going against Brisbane at home very often because they're a good side, but I'm going to go with a real upset. I'm going to go the Sharks. I'm going to tip the Sharks. I reckon they can win. I reckon they've got the forward pack to do it. I reckon they've got the team to do it. I could be completely wrong about this, and the Broncos could win, or they could just put a score on and make me look silly. But the Sharks have proven this year that they can beat the top sides. They beat Melbourne and Melbourne without Hines. They beat the Roosters at Magic Round and what was a cracker. Yes, they failed miserably against Penrith, but if Cronulla go up there with the right mindset and they get the start right, no reason they can't win. I know the Sharks have lost 2 in a row and they need to bounce back, and I think they can. I'm going to go Cronulla. And plus, yes, Parramatta beat them last week, but the Sharks have had like a 9-10 day turnaround. I think they're going to be ready for this. I'm going to go Cronulla by 2. Cronulla by 6. 6. Let's go to Sharks. I reckon there'll be some points in this game. I'm going to go 28 to 22 in favour of the Sharks. First try scorer. Look, I'll go Brisbane to score first. I reckon Jordan Ricky will score the first try. Sharks to beat the Broncos in a major upset, 28 to 22 on Saturday night. Sunday afternoon, first game at 2 o'clock from Amy Park in Melbourne. It's the Melbourne Storm versus the Newcastle Knights. And if you're a Knights fan, you wouldn't be confident going into it after what happened last week, getting beat 32-2 at home to the Dogs. And for some reason, Newcastle have made no changes at all. How have they made no changes? I don't understand how you can get beat 32-2 and make absolutely no changes. I don't really get that one bit. I don't get it. I'll be honest with you. I'll keep this short and sweet. Newcastle could do what the Cowboys did last week and cause an upset out of nowhere. But I think Melbourne are going to have a very big win in this game. You look at the odds, $1.20 for Melbourne, Knights $4.60. Surprised Newcastle aren't $6. Now, hopefully Melbourne's Origin players do back up. I expect Harry Grant to play. This is going to sound crazy, man, but it might actually be a reality. I'm going to go Melbourne, and I reckon they're going to drop a 50 bomb. I reckon Melbourne are dropping a 50 bomb on Sunday. I'm going to go Melbourne 52 points to 6. First try scorer, I'm going to go with the 5'8", Tyrone Wishart as the first try scorer. Storm to win 52 points to 6. A big 50 bomb. And would not be surprised if Xavier Coates scored 3 or 4 tries. Wouldn't be shocked. Melbourne by a lot. Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock from Penrith Stadium. We've got the Penrith Panthers taking on the Manly Seagulls at Penrith Stadium. 4 o'clock Sunday. Should be a good game, this one. Manly did beat them back in, was it round 4, I think it was? Easter weekend. Was it round 4? What round was it? Round 5, sorry. Manly beat them 32-18. Now, Dylan Edwards is in the reserves. I don't think he'll play. And obviously, Panthers got their Origin stars expected to back up. Same with Manly. Look, it's going to be close. It is going to be close. It's a really hard game to call. I am tempted to tip Manly, but I think Penrith will want to bounce back from last time. So I am going to take Penrith. Penrith by 8. I'll go 26-18. I think it'll be the same score as the Cowboys-Warriors game. Panthers by 8, 26-18. But I reckon Manly might score first. I'll go Tommy Talau as the first try scorer. I just think with it being in Penrith, tough place to win. They don't lose 2 in a row out there very often. It's been a while since it last happened. Penrith just should be a good game, but. And final game of the round, Monday afternoon, 4 o'clock. On the King's birthday. It used to be the Queen's birthday game. It's now the King's birthday game. 4 o'clock on Monday at Accor Stadium. Bulldogs versus Eels. The second biggest rivalry in the NRL. And we're going to see if it really is. Will they get a big crowd? In my opinion, if we're going to be talking about Bulldogs Eels as the second biggest rivalry in the NRL, then this needs to be a big crowd on Monday, man. There needs to be at least 35 to 40,000 out of Accor Stadium on Monday. Now, I'm looking at the weather. I want to know what the weather is. Monday, look at this. 18 degrees, sunny. So there's no rain expected. It's a public holiday. Everyone's got the day off work. There's no excuses. If you follow Paddy G on Instagram and on YouTube, he has said that they should get 50,000 for this game. I don't reckon they'll get 50,000, but they should get at least 35. Now, Bulldogs, Eels, what a game, man. Both sides are going, Bulldogs are going well. They're in 9th place. Eels got a win last week, and they can go on a bit of a run here. It's going to be close, man. Eels 170, Dogs 215. I'm going to tip the Bulldogs. I'm not that confident because Parramatta can turn it on, but I'm actually going to tip the Bulldogs to win this. And not only do I think the Bulldogs will win on Monday, I reckon the Bulldogs will win well. I think they might give it to the Eels. I'm going to go the Bulldogs by 14. I'm going to go a scoreline of Bulldogs 32, Eels 18. And first try scorer, I'm going to go with Bronson Sherry as the first try scorer. Bulldogs to ambush the Eels on Monday afternoon. Now we'll go through the tips real quick. So Dragons to beat the Tigers 13 plus. The Rabbitohs to beat the Titans 1-12. Cowboys to beat the Warriors 1-12. I think Cronulla can beat the Broncos 1-12 in what is my specials of the weekend. Melbourne to drop 50 on the Knights because the Knights are terrible. Panthers to beat Manly 1-12. And I'm going to go the Bulldogs to beat the Eels 13 plus on Monday afternoon. Should be a good game of footy, that one. Anyway, guys, that is going to wrap things up from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the round 14 tips. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Let me know who you're tipping in the comment section below. And thank you very much for watching the live stream. Really appreciate it. And just so you guys know, I will be live on the Warriors NRL Fanatics YouTube channel in about 40 minutes with Warriors NRL Fanatics. We're going to be previewing Cowboys versus Warriors. So make sure you tune into that in about 40 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Have a good one. And go the Cowboys.